Members, item 2 concerns the redevelopment of the site on Windmill Road, Porchester, with the erection of 24 residential dwellings. Chairman, the site is located on the southern side of Windmill Grove, close to its junction with, close to its western extent, with Windmill Lane. It's edged in red in front of you. What this location plan regrettably doesn't show is that there are two large industrial units of warehouse buildings on the site presently. Their southern extent coming no further, I estimate, to this dashed line here, but spreading across much of the site and really dominating this site. To the west you have the Cador Drive, Kilwich Way development, and as I said, Windmill Grove to the north. The proposal is for demolition of the existing buildings and the erection of 24 dwellings in roughly a J-shaped configuration, as shown on the screen in front of you. As members, I'm sure, will be aware, this proposal, this application, has been with the council for a long time. It was originally submitted in 2014 and originally was submitted by Barratt Homes. Now, after initial discussions with officers following the submission of the application, Barratt Homes decided they did not want to pursue their interest in the site, and the application was transferred into the name of the landowner, who's the current applicant, that's Crossstone Urban Regeneration. And they continued to talk with officers about what would be acceptable on the site and what would be permissible. And the site layout and the proposal in general has undergone a number of different revisions since to get to this point. So what's now proposed is that there's an arrangement of dwellings on the site ranging from single-storey height dwellings, although these dwellings on the front do have rooms in the roof, but only with windows in the rear of these houses. So for all intents and purposes, and I'll show you some elevations in a minute, they look like single-storey dwellings from the street. To match in with the character of the southern side of Windmill Grove. And then as you travel into the site, these dwellings in the middle and southern part of the site are 2-storey in scale, but no more than 2-storey in scale. One of the concerns previously was that the proposal by Barratt Homes originally included accommodation at the second floor level, a 3rd storey, and in combination with the proposal to raise the land levels on the site by between 1.2 to 1.6 metres, it was felt that the visual impact of that was unacceptable. And we've reached a position now where we're happy with the overall scale of the buildings. Officers are happy, with the overall scale of the buildings. Still taking into account that the fact that the site levels are still proposed to be raised. And I'll show you just roughly here on the screen the extent of that land raising. I apologise for the quality of the picture here. On the bottom right hand corner here, you'll see this is the site with a number of cross sections drawn through it. So the first one running north to south in red, section A, shows that there would be a ramp up with the houses, the bungalows on the southern side of Windmill Grove set higher than Windmill Grove itself, and the internal access road would be ramped up as well. And that would continue through the site until you reach the houses at the southern side, after which the land would slowly roll off to the south, where the area of public open space is proposed to be located. Similarly, section B and section C going across the site from west to east, there will be a gradual raising in the levels of the site before falling away on the opposite side. And the purpose of this, as detailed in my report, is to elevate the land so that the dwellings on there are mitigated against flood risk in the future. I wanted to just talk you through the elevations of the dwellings, but I will go through this fairly quickly, and then I don't have many other slides to show you before I hand over to the deputies. So these elevations are those plots facing the road and just within the development itself. So as I said, single-storey eave heights with any windows to first floor rooms is set within the rear roof plane. That's another dwelling facing out onto Windmill Grove, again single-storey eaves heights. And then further down into the south of the site, we find these two-storey dwellings, very conventional looking dwellings, a row of terraces in one particular part of the site. And then on the southern edge of the site, before the public open space leading into the harbour, a series of terraced houses with the rear elevations making the most of those harbour views with Juliet balconies and by far large glazed elevations. So Chairman, I've got a few photographs to show you. I do have to caveat these photographs by saying that some of them were taken in 2014, but they effectively show what I'd like to demonstrate to you, and that's the existing scale and bulk and appearance of the site. But please bear in mind that the condition of the buildings, I think, has deteriorated further since then. So this photograph actually was taken more recently. I took this earlier this year, and it shows the extent of the buildings on the site. This is taken from the north side of Windmill Grove, looking southwards. And then as you travel down around the western part of the site, so I'm standing on Wickermill Lane here, looking back towards the southern edge of these buildings, you get an idea for the scale and the visual impact of those buildings as they currently are, and also you get an idea for the deterioration of some of the buildings as well. This photograph I thought was important to include, and this one was taken in 2014. Because it shows the southern boundary of the site, which is a wire, like a mesh fence that runs along the southern edge of this area of scrubland. And it shows the existing coastal footpath as it is at the moment. I mean, it has visibly eroded since that point, since this photograph was taken. And the last photograph I wanted to show you was a photograph stood on that footpath looking back into the site. Again, to give you an idea, this is the area of scrubland which would be the public open space, and this is where the concrete apron of the site and the buildings themselves starts.